What's up, my people? JaxB.TheRipper. I just finished doing another video and I have to do like so many takes on it. Let's talk about Sleep Token and Uchis. I am not very happy that I have to defend two bands that I don't even give a fuck about and they're overrated and I don't care about. But you know what? At the end of the day, I'm a metalhead, and at the end of the day, I enjoy rock and roll music, and I will defend it. Okay, I will defend it against the mainstream audience. Fuck that. I feel like I'm saying an STD or something. The name is just so stupid. Okay, look, I never heard any of her music. I don't want to. I probably have heard music of hers, and I just don't remember. But I'm not a Uchis fan, as you can fucking tell. Okay, so I'm gonna have some screenshots and everything. But Uchis posted a screenshot of the Billboard Artist Top 100, and #1 was Sleep Token. Congratulations, even though I don't fucking like you, congratulations, because I know how hard it is for real rock music, not Imagine Dragons, real fucking rock music to be even on the top 5 or the top 10. I understand. It's very hard. So this was on the 29th or something of May, and she posted this on her IG stories, and right there she put like a heart emoji, a white heart emoji, over the Sleep Token picture. So they went #1 with Even in Arcadia, and Uchis, just like every mainstream artist that takes it up the fucking ass, when a rock band just shines, like they just fucking get so ass hurt. I don't know what it is. So she got a little petty and she accused Sleep Token for doing blackface. One person saw that, and you know, obviously they're a Sleep Token fan, because like, you know, it spread, the news spread like wildfire, right? So somebody was like, imagine being so petty that you censored the #1 band on an IG story. Sleep Token is better. There replies back, to be honest, I didn't feel comfortable posting a photo of someone in blackface. It really wasn't deeper than that, doll. Where in the fuck is this blackface? First of all, I don't fucking get it at all whatsoever. And then there's another comment that came in, then you double down claiming it was blackface after people told you it wasn't, but hey, let's claim people are racist in order for you to get that #1 spot, right? You know what, that person ain't wrong, because how many times have I talked in the past about like how there's these black metal bands that'll be coming over, and they immediately, just because one band or two bands out of thousands stuck out because they did some racist shit, all of a sudden all of them are racist, and all of a sudden you see these fucking like R&B singers or whoever it is, they're over there at like the Wiltern or wherever these, like, you know, little areas they're playing at. They're over there telling them, if you let this person, this black metal horna, whatever it is, play, then we're not gonna play, because obviously they want the mainstream band to come over and play because they bring in more drinks and more people. So obviously they want them over the fucking rock band. And then she calls Sleep Token a gimmick. This Vessel plays this theatrical character. Isn't Lady Gaga a gimmick? I think she's a gimmick. I think all that stuff is gimmicky. Yeah, she's so petty, dude. It's like, geez, it's like, and not only that, let's talk about Charlie XCX, Charlie Roman numeral. I'm just gonna call her that, Charlie Roman numeral. I like her stuff. I'm not gonna lie, I do like her stuff. It's really good. But she got really pissed because Green Day headlined at Coachella, and she felt like she deserved that spot. She was wearing a little sash or whatever, and she took out like an after party, and she was wearing the sash and it said should be headlining. Okay, honey, you're not exactly a Madonna legacy yet. Just calm down, okay? Just calm down, you'll get there, but you're not there yet, okay? I can see why Green Day would headline, because they have a lot of sold out arena shows and festivals because of them. So Uchis and Charlie Roman numeral have right now is literally just like 15 minutes of fame right now. Okay, you haven't been, I mean, I get it, your guys' careers took longer to take off, but guess what? It's gonna take even longer for that big old Madonna fame to kick in too, okay? That legacy, you know, you're not a legacy, that's what I'm trying to say. You guys are not legends yet. Like, if right now you're at 15 minutes, anything could happen. If you guys were to fall off the earth the next day, everyone's gonna forget about you. Won't remember to 10 years, like, hey, remember that one song? What happened to them? So anything right now can happen to these bitches, and they think they should be headlining. Like, what the fuck? Trey Cool from Green Day responded back wearing a sash saying actual headline. That shit was funny. I just don't like that I have to defend two bands I don't like. But you know what? At the end of the day, I love this music and this music has saved me. So, you know, I will defend rock and roll. So yeah. But yeah, at the end of the day, these two bitches have like a lot of mainstream power behind them. They have money, they have all this that can help them get wherever they want. These rock bands, on the other hand, were all blood, sweat, and tears, okay? Just two different worlds, okay? I'm not saying those other two girls didn't, like, you know, have to really put themselves out there and probably went through some harsh stuff. But once you get up there, it's like, alright, here comes all these promoters, here comes the money and all that stuff. Whereas, like, I guarantee you, even though Green Day are probably legends, they probably still have to fight more than what a mainstream artist has to go through. There's one person I don't have to defend, at least, the Red Hot Chili Peppers guitarist Josh Kleinhofer. We're just gonna call him Josh. I'm not fucking saying that last name. Anyways, if you guys don't remember, in 2024, he ran over a man by the name Israel Sanchez. The guy was crossing the street. He had the right to cross the street. And from what it seems, Josh was probably paying attention more to his phone or something else, that he wasn't paying attention that, you know, Mr. Sanchez here had the right to fucking cross the street, and he ran him over with his, what was it, a Yukon or something? Yeah, a 2022 GMC black Yukon. Israel Sanchez was literally just crossing the street to go to the grocery store. That's all he wanted to do, because he loved to cook, he loved art, his family loved him dearly, and here comes fucking Josh not paying attention, fucking running him over. And alright, so this is what ended up happening to this fucker Josh. So he pleaded no contest to misdemeanor vehicle manslaughter without gross negligence, and the judge also sentenced him 1 year of probation, driver safety class, and 60 days of community service labor. The Sanchez family filed for a civil lawsuit, so let's see what's going to happen after that. But it's just, I hate to admit this, the guy has fucking money. He's going to get away with it. So, unfortunately, yeah, that's how it is. I don't like Red Hot Chili Peppers. I don't like fucking any of them. Flea is a piece of shit. I am convinced that him and fucking Johnny Depp fucking killed River Phoenix, okay? Alright, so Dave Navarro announces the future of Jane's Addictions. Basically, he kind of said they split. If you guys don't remember what happened last year on September 13, well, of course it's on the number 13, in Boston, basically Perry Farrell went nuts. He was like screaming in the mic, and then he goes and then tries to punch, or he did punch Dave Navarro, but then he got his ass beat and they took him off stage. So go watch that video, you could go see it. Perry Farrell's wife, Eddie, was trying to say something like he had a hard time hearing himself sing over, you know, into the mic, and he couldn't hear himself sing or something like that. Alright, but why the fuck did he punch Dave? That's what I want to know. Why? And that supposedly he was going through other issues. I was like, okay, but why did he punch Dave? Why was that his main target? That was the thing. But anyways, Dave Navarro did an interview for Guitar Player magazine saying that the situation is still tender and unresolved. Quoted, there was an altercation on stage, and all the hard work and dedication and writing and hours in the studio and picking up and leaving home and crisscrossing the country and Europe and trying to overcome my illness, it all came to a screeching halt and forever destroyed the band's life, and there's no chance for the band to ever play together again. He concludes that he does hope that things do patch up at least. Insane Clown Posse. I know, my news is random today. Look, let's talk about Violent J and how he's dating that Sarah Rusi girl. Apparently she's creepy, but then again, it's Violent J. Look, what's going on right now is Sarah Rusi, apparently, I don't follow any of her porn stuff because I don't like following that I'm a little girl porn. You know, I don't follow that shit when you're like a grown-ass fucking woman. It's one thing if you want to like reenact, like, you know, like, oh my god, the teacher and the schoolgirl. Like, it's one thing if you want to reenact that or something like that, but at least, you know, those ones you could tell like they're adult women and they're still acting like adult women. Just like, I understand that, but if you notice, like especially in the 2000s with those porns, they weren't acting like little girls and, you know, putting their hair in pigtails and talking like a little girl like this. You know, they weren't doing that. It was a very sexual kind of kitten kind of way where it was like when I used to watch it, I never once thought these girls were anywhere near 18 or 17. I literally thought, I was like, that is a 24-year-old woman. This woman, on the other hand, she'll be wearing kids' clothes. She'll be like acting like a little girl, and she'll be like, I even heard that supposedly she tries to bring in like younger girls, I'm just saying, that to Violent J, because Violent J does have a reputation of sexual harassment in general. Like, he does to all types of women, but especially to minors. We all heard the Loveline conversation. Loveline, remember Loveline? I never like listening to that shit, but we all heard how he was on there, and some 16-year-old girl was on there, and he basically asked, are your nipples perky? And whoever else, I don't know who it was, who were the hosts back then besides Dr. Drew. And I hope Dr. Drew wasn't part of this, because they kept saying Loveline. I was like, is this the same Loveline that I think it is from K-Rock? I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, because I kept hearing Loveline. I was like, what the fuck? But even like the DJ, whoever it was, he responds back. He was like, yeah, because at that age, they're still perking until you're like 25. And mind you, I haven't really listened to anything of Insane Clown Posse since like 2009, I think. I don't know, because I did hear about the sexual harassment stuff, and then I was just like, because they did it to multiple women, and they do like the really joking around with like the rape and all that stuff, like make it as a joke and everything, right? And yeah, there are lyrics in there too if you listen to the lyrics, and there are people going, oh, why are y'all taking this so seriously now? Well, it's because back in the day they did a good job of like making you believe it wasn't seriously. There was something called gaslighting, just wasn't called gaslighting just yet, but I primarily, because I know at that time I stopped listening to them just because like their music wasn't that great, and it wasn't that catchy anymore. I did like the whole beef between Insane Clown Posse and Eminem. I thought that shit was epic and funny, but at the same time it was like, yeah, I stopped caring about them just because I heard how they were being taken to court because they did some supposedly it was rape, that's what I heard, or they just, I can't remember. This was like in 2010. Kid you not, 2010 or 2011. So it's been a while. But yeah, I've been hearing this shit. This is nothing new. But it's just the fact now there's like an OnlyFans chick who is sort of baiting other girls, is from what I've heard. Anyways, the whole thing is fucked up. I just heard that supposedly Violent J's daughter stopped talking to him, and she's distancing herself because the whole situation is weird. And yeah, I don't really like that kind of adult entertainment stuff when you are going all out to pretend that you're a little girl. Absolutely. And I do remember one time, hearing one adult entertainer who does that, and I don't know if it was on the Holly Randall podcast, and she asked her like, why do you do that? She just asked her, and I understand to a point. She was like, well, I'd rather have them come to me than go after some little girl, because regardless they're gonna regardless that's what they want to do, and I'd just rather have them take it out on me. And I'm like, you poor thing. But still, let's move on to a different topic. Former drummer, this is where it's gonna get dark a little bit. Well, that was already dark, but this is a different type of dark. But former drummer of The Devil Wears Prada, Daniel Williams, and the promoter, agent, manager, and co-founder of Sound Talent Group, Dave Chappelle, they tragically died on March 22nd, 2025 in an airplane crash in San Diego, and it was at a military housing area. That was really hard to see. Like, I saw the videos, it was all over TikTok, it was all over the news. I couldn't believe it. I love The Devil Wears Prada. When I was like getting more and more, expanding my taste in music and metal music, they were definitely, one of the first bands I listened to, that was expanding more of my metal taste. This was in, I was my senior year in high school, I think. Oh God, I was a super senior because I got held back a year. So I was a super senior. So, but really sad. And then the way it happened and everything, nothing has really been said like on why or how. But the crash did impact a home and several vehicles. There was like a fire eruption that happened as well. Lots of residents woke up. Nobody on the ground was killed, at least. But there were 6 people on the plane, and they were all presumed dead for sure. Supposedly they were having a hard time landing, and there was like a thick fog. So that's so far with the investigations that they've been able to find. It is saying, I'm reading it right now, that Right now I'm reading it says the National Transportation Safety Board and Federal Aviation Administration, they did say this is going to last a few days, several days, that before they even find out what exactly caused all this. But right now they're just blaming it on the fact that, you know, it was just the fog was really thick and they just couldn't see. And last but not least, American Rejects are doing house party tours. I love it. Basically, the lead singer came out and said this is a big FU to like Ticketmasters and all that who are price gouging. So he was like, fuck it, we're gonna go from house to house. Is this gonna be like a tour? And it's like, what, $5 a ticket or something? How much did we used to pay for the house shows back in the days? Maybe $25 the most. But yeah, there was one not too far from USC. If I would have known, I would have gone. I did not know this. I need to get on the mailing list. Anyways, I love this. I had to end it on a happy note. But anyways, there's the juggy again because I'm trying to stay hydrated with water. Salud. I'll see you guys in the next video.